Okie dokie, welcome back to Software Gore. You know, come to think of it, is gore a word that YouTube would not be okay with? I'm not sure. We'll say it for now. Anyway, shout out to you if you're experiencing a bug right now this second with the YouTube app. Great timing. I mean, statistically, a couple of you are right now. It just works that way. Starting off with number 19, F for this weather machine. When the weatherman demonetizes. Let's not perpetuate the F thing. Don't do it. Sorry, I'm not a fan of the F thing. And I realize I'm Streisand affecting it by mentioning that each time that I see it. But man, in the premieres over on the main channel, actually, you know what? They don't do it anymore. We don't get the F spam because people just do the revenge lyrics now, which I guess I prefer if we have to compare the one to the other. In this case, though, it's just obviously it's really cold out. It's 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And so they just combined both into one easy degree symbol next to the F. When I used to do percentages growing up in school, I would shorthand it because oftentimes you'd say like X% of. And so instead of saying percent of, I would use the lower, like, you know, the zero thing in the percent as the O in the F. And that was like my trademark. So this is the shorthand right there. That's not where it's supposed to be. It's not. How did that happen to you? Wow, that's actually really fascinating. I've had it brick on me a couple of times and have to wait 5 minutes before it decided that it was going to come back. But each time it was at least centered on the logo. I would expect if it was going to happen, it would like happen at that point, but you must have gotten it real bad. So hopefully your phone is okay and you don't have to go buy a new one. Exceptional done to demonetization. The biggest awkward and glitched cake day ever. Happy cake day. It isn't my cake day. Edit, what the fork, my Reddit age was 362 and it jumped to 366. Reddit age 364. Whoa, what the fork? Dude, hey, maybe you're gonna get multiple cake days, which I feel like I've never actually made a comment when it was my Reddit anniversary. So I don't know what it's like to have people be like, hey, happy cake day. For anyone not intimately familiar with Reddit, every anniversary you have since you made your account, if you like leave a comment or make a post, it'll show a little cake icon next to your name, just showing, hey, it's your anniversary. And then people will be like, here is Reddit gold for you on your cake day. Woo! It's never happened to me. I got gold on a post though, for the first time ever recently, and I don't know what you do with it. Shows how good I am at Reddit culture, having made all these videos. It's a bit ironic. Admittedly. Not how traffic works. It's the new line of aquatic vehicles from Tesla. You see they had their electric Tesla self-driving semi, and this is the new Tesla Aquatic Car, all electric, very impressive, self-driving. When there's traffic on the bridge, they'll be like, you know what, it'll be a lot quicker if we just go across the water. Think of all of the days of gridlock on the Golden Gate Bridge, for those of you who live in the Bay Area, or the Bay Bridge, and you can just be like, you know what, car, take the ocean. Imagine how convenient that would be. And also, imagine how much wear and tear that salt would present on the car. You just need to make sure you get it washed pretty regularly. But it's going to be coming soon to a Tesla near you. Slack, I'm not even mad you did this. Honestly, if you hadn't put this on Software Gore, I almost would have thought it's intentional, because it really looked like just fidgeting because of the caffeine. It totally makes sense. This is very Fry. Okay, I don't see the issue, honestly. It looks fantastic. It repeats perfectly. This is great. This should be the actual GIF itself. I'm going to demonetize any minute now. Sim menu. Battery life is 98%. Please replace battery. I mean, I guess replacing a battery and the amount of charge that a battery might hold aren't necessarily dependent on each other, right? You could have a defective battery that still holds a charge. I mean, look at all the Samsung phones that were blowing up on people, right? I'm sure that the battery showed is pretty well charged, and in fact, I'm sure that's what contributed to the whole explosive thing. If it was a dead battery, it probably wouldn't, demonetized battery, it probably wouldn't be as eager to combust, because I'm sure the charge plays a part in that. So at least it's warning you here. You know, it's like, hey, we've detected a critical failure in the battery. It could blow at any minute, so probably replace it. Probably just remove it from where you are and other people are. throw it inside of a metal vault, preferably, and just leave it there until the coast is clear. I connected to Area 51 Wi-Fi, I guess. Bro, can I get that internet? That's the wildest. And also 9 millisecond ping. Pretty freaking solid. Man, Slovakia, that European internet, just serious quality right there. My goodness. 20,000 megabits to the 100th power. It's a lot of megabits. I bet you could download the entirety of the world's data in a matter of milliseconds with speeds that quickly. What actually, if I put that into my calculator would be like, I can't handle this. This number is too big. It would just give it to me in like the same exponent. It would be like, well, this is equivalent to 1.9 times 10 to the 100th. So cool. And I'd be like, I can't really comprehend 100 zeros. That's big. That's even big on like a space scale. So that's a lot of data. The photo my mom took, it came out like this. Software paper cut. Is this a failed panoramic photo? Because I feel like these happen pretty regularly. It's not really software gore. It's boomer photo gore. That's what it is. It's a boomer trying to take a panoramic photo. Bound to have some issues every now and again. Also though, I love how the teeth tiled absolutely perfectly. How did it go so perfectly that it's just, I'm genuinely impressed on that one. They just lined up spectacularly. That's a heck of a smile. I've never seen a smile like that in my life. Could be a tooth model right there. You know, if one of the teeth goes, it doesn't matter. You got a bunch of others. So you got so many spares. It's crazy. Even if the one in the middle like fell out for some reason, like you basically have 2 mouths worth, so you're fine. Go into tooth modeling. My clock just wasn't having it today. Every hour on the hour, it's just, no, I'm giving up. I'm sorry. I don't know if the LED or whatever the lighting that strip is at the bottom just like went out, or is this an actual error on your clock that when something goes wrong, it just, no, you're gonna have to buy a new one. No, I'm not working anymore. Okay, my day's off. I've put in my hours. We stated on the packaging you had this many hours on the clock's LED. Now we're just, no, that's it. Or this would actually be kind of clever if you went on like a vacation to a resort and you're just supposed to kind of live in the moment. You're not supposed to pay attention to the time. And they just write no on the clock. No, don't pay attention. You do what you want to do. If you want to go to sleep, go to sleep. If you want to wake up, wake up. It's you time here, okay? No real time. It was late at night and I was extremely tired, so this legit scared me. What? This is one of the new Gen 8 Pokemon or something like that. You know, they ran out of ideas after 800 Pokemon or so. They're like, you know, at this point, why don't you just make it a face? What would they call that Pokemon? Like they're all supposed to be, at this point actually they've run out of puns too. In the beginning they were all really nice puns. And apparently I was talking to someone and they said that also in Japanese, a lot of the Pokemon have puns in Japanese, which I'm thinking it must be different then, because a pun is dependent upon the language. So they had to wordplay it in multiple languages, which is wild to me. That's some serious effort, and they probably just were like, dude, this is too much at this point. We've run out of words in the dictionary which we can pun based on the Pokemon's appearance. We'll just call this one Facemon. Yep. This Curupt photo on my phone. Ace. Why does it, I want to know what this was supposed to be, and then why, were you taking a photo of a street sign or something that just said like ace? I'm trying to accent it purposely so YouTube doesn't get mad at me with closed captioning and demonetizing. You know how we'll drill. Eventually they're just going to demonetize me when I say demonetize, because they're going to be like, you must be saying something bad. There's a street that's kind of nearby me. It's called Dick's. Every now and again I see someone snapping a photo of the street sign, so maybe that's what this is. Instead of Dick's, it was Ace. Richard Street. Show I'm watching in Turkey had a little problem with the picture. It should be showing flames. Oh, don't worry. This is my original Pokemon character. It just taken over. You know, he feels a bit neglected since I haven't played Pokemon in such a long time. When I first loaded up Pokemon Red and it was going through the intro and it's like, name your character. I was like, I just want to play the game. So I just hit A. I was just like, I want to play the, stop telling me to name my character. I don't know how to type. Also, the keyboard is stupid. It's in alphabetical order. It's not even a QWERTY keyboard. And I was just like, stop. So the rest of the entire game, it was just like, hey, hey, what would you like to choose as your starter Pokemon? Hey, this is Gary. This is gonna be your friend and rival, and a genuine dick for the rest of the thing. So that's just brings back memories of that. but I live here. Sorry, Texas is apparently not a valid state anymore. I wonder if it'd be the same if you select any other state. It probably would be. I feel like it's not singling out Texas. Maybe it is, but you know, you're not supposed to mess with Texas, so it sounds like a bad idea based on the phrase. Doctors hate him. Enlarge yourself with one easy trick. It's demonetized. With body type proportion. That went so far beyond what I was expecting. This might be my favorite thing I've seen here in a long time. Oh god, I have to rewatch. It goes exponential into outer space, into another galaxy. What happens if you proceed with this? Does it reset it back when you get to the next screen, or do you actually get to go into the game with this completely ruined avatar? I want to know. Damn robots. I'm not a robot. I love how it gives the check. It's like, no, you're good, but also incorrect. Please try again. Please select the images in this tile thing that have a car in them. And then it gives you something that's like, it gives you like the license plate of the car will be in one frame, just like barely sticking out there. And I'm like, does that count as a car? Do you want me to select this one? And then it'll be like, no, sorry, you didn't select all the frames with the car in them. Or you selected too many. I'm like, mother trucker, make it clear what freaking paint, what counts? Is it any little proportion? Any little bit? Or, gah. Oh, it just angers me so. Or they'll put in something that's like, select all the things that have a tree in them. And it's like, well, what do you consider a tree? Is this bush in the front a tree? Is it a tree, or is the actual big thing a tree? What do you consider a tree? I don't know what you consider a tree. Please help. This is impossible. And then you go through like 5 of them. You're like, apparently I'm not a human anymore. All right, thanks, CAPTCHA. When Remote Desktop decides your resolution is 7 by 7 pixels, that could be a problem because you might not be able to actually find the setting to be able to be like, hey, I'm not actually 7 by 7 pixel. Let's change this to my normal resolution. It's gonna be tough to make that happen. Unfortunately, you might just, hopefully you can reset it. I don't know, I've used Remote Desktop like a couple times. Before you could schedule videos, man, so I took like a week trip back in 2011 or 2012, I can't remember, but this was before YouTube allowed you to schedule videos. And when you uploaded, if you set it to private and then you published it later on, in the chronology, it would still be from the day that you uploaded it. So if I was gone, like 5 days into the trip, if I made a private video public, it would have been 5 days ago in the sub feed, which would have been worthless. So I actually had all the videos, and then I also, what was it? There was some reason why I couldn't bring the videos with me. I think it was like we didn't have access to data or something like that was good enough to do the uploading. So I used my phone and Remote Desktop back to my computer at home that I left on, and I would upload the videos remotely from there. It was a pain, but it worked. And this would have screwed me. God, imagine if I was on the trip and I load up the software on my phone and I'm like, guess no videos are going up. So that's cool. Anyway, Google Earth decided to place a section of the moon's surface in Central Africa. Huh. You know, maybe this is supposed to be indicative that like this area here is actually so little explored by humanity that it might as well be the surface of the moon. It's so remote, being pretty close to a highway. It's so remote that nobody has actually been in these areas. They're untouched. And because of all the tree coverage, you can't even get a look at the surface of it. So we know more about the surface of the moon because we can see directly to it than the surface of this area on Earth. And we just want to communicate that to you. That's all it is, obviously. Bitcoin is breaking new records. It's going backwards in time. Did you know that a few days ago at 7 p.m. Bitcoin existed at 4,000 and 24,000 at the same time? It was a wild anomaly. People were able to just go into an infinite loop of buying and selling and make a whole bunch of money. So if you were able to catch that, it was good for you. Also, time started going backwards over here, so that was a whole thing. It was a pretty weird time for blockchains all around. It kind of broke it. Actually, it didn't. I'm sure something went wrong with this graph, but a bit of a bizarre phenomena. I'd be a little bit concerned if I was actually putting lots of money into buying things and I saw this start to happen. I'd be like, okay, maybe I don't trust this software with lots of my money. And the top, for the last month, I just wanted a cup of coffee this morning. Linux is the most stable operating system as our forking coffee maker is in a boot loop. I'm sorry you don't get to have any coffee this morning. I don't know, I feel like when it comes to coffee, while I don't drink it other than out of a sugary coffee beverage can, I see these nice houses that have the coffee maker that's built into the wall. I'm sure that's great and all, and some people are able to make great use of it, but I don't know, I'm just like, it seems easier to just put the thing and then you press the thing, and then I just like pressing the thing. I've said this in other videos, but I always like to press the French press down, even though I'm not drinking the coffee. I'm just like, whoa, let me press it. That's great. It's so satisfying to do. And it's like, I don't need to deal with all these glitches and stuff. Just let me press the coffee like the people did it in the old days. And not drink it though. So I'm sorry. Gonna be a slow productivity day at the office. And that's it for the last month of Software Gore. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. I mean, you might as well test out the like button, right? Make sure it's working properly. Make sure there are no bugs with the like button on YouTube. So for science, just make sure it works. And then also for science, if you're not subscribed, make sure the subscribe button is working. If you're not currently, just give it a test, check that it's still working. And there's also a playlist in the description if you want to watch more Software Gore videos. So that's it. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.